So we're going to look at a section view next, and you should have on your heads up toolbar, you should have this little half a cylinder here, section view. If you don't, we went through this once before, but you can do tools, customize, come down here and make sure you have view heads up selected. Then you can come here to shortcut bars. You can click on view, and then you can take this section view and you can left click hold, and you can drag that up into your heads up toolbar. If you don't have it, you should have that up there already though. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. Okay, so you can't see the part, so more than likely we just drag this and then there is the part. Let's just change this around. Okay, so with this option, I've got, here's my section view. It's calling it A, and I've got section method, either planar or zonal. We're not going to set up a zone for this, so we're just going to leave it as planar. Right now, the offset, it's offset perpendicular to our reference plane, and I can choose a different plane. So right now it is perpendicular to the front plane. I can go from the top plane, the right plane, and you can see that it sections it in that direction. And we'll go back to the front plane here. I don't know why it keeps jumping back to not being able to see the part. And so I can drag this back to about, just tilt this a little bit. And actually, when I look at this with that last rib we put in, if I drag this way, it's actually going to take it out and leave this bigger portion. I want to reverse this and do it from this direction. So now I'm going to flip it back. Sorry about that. And I'm going to push this up to about here. So it looks about like that. I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to create another sketch on this right plane. All right, good. So now let's flip this back over. So we're going to use a technique called converting edges. And what this does is we're going to use some entities that we created before, or some model edges, and allows us to take those and project it onto a plane so we can use them in a different way. So it also saves us from having to redraw entities. And if something's on an angle, it makes it real easy to project that angle straight onto another surface so we can extrude it. So if we look at these examples here on page 272, this first one, they're taking an edge and they're projecting it. And it might be a little hard to see, but they're taking, in this first panel, this edge, and then you can see the dark line right here. And so they're, even though this is at an angle, it's projecting it flat onto that plane. Here they're doing the same thing with the face, and they're taking this like trapezoid shaped face, and now you can see that it's projected down on to that plane. And then last, they're calling it a loop, and so they take this loop around this socket, this plug, and now you can see that that shape right here is projected onto that plane. So again, it makes it real easy that we can use that for other things. We don't have to redraw things. All right, let's zoom in on this a little bit. All right, so we're going to come up here to Sketch. We're going to do Convert Entities. And entities to convert, I'm going to pick this edge right here. And I'm going to say OK. And you can see that it projected it onto the plane, which is running down the center of the part. And now I'm going to take this edge and I'm just going to drag it up to here. I'm going to take this back edge and I'm just going to drag it on this side of the box, what I'm calling that. So now it's between this face and between this angled edge. So now I can click this and we can go back up to Features, Rib, and I can see that that arrow is going up, so that is the incorrect way. So we want to flip this. We'll put our 3 degrees of draft here. And we'll say OK. And now you can see with this sketch line that we projected from here onto the right plane is at this height from the bottom, right? So we didn't have to worry about the height, and it's on the center line of that plane. And so we saved us a lot of work by doing it this way. Okay, I can zoom back out. Now, if I click on sectional view again, we get the full part. So you can see how you can use that to your advantage to like really zoom in on a part. I mean, we didn't have to use that for this. It just, again, one part of it's showing you how to use it. The other part is, kind of demonstrating, how you can use that to your advantage. All right, the last thing we'll look at for this video is the full round fillet. And you can find this on page 274. And basically what we're going to do here with this is it gives us the option of creating a fillet like we did before, but we don't need to enter in a radius value because what we need are 3 tangent faces. And so here we've got, the 2 sides, this side and the back side and the top. And if we look at this sectional view here, here's what this rib, what they're showing, looks like. And because it's full round, it's basically fitting a radius from this side to this side. And whatever it is, that's what it's going to be. And so we're going to go up here and select fillet like we normally do. And now we're going to choose this option on the far right that says full round fillet. And now it gives us 3 boxes to choose from. And so these 3 boxes represent the 3 sides that I talked about. And when I said that they need to be tangent, it means that each 3 sides, it needs to be continuous, that they're touching each other, meaning the one side touches the top and the top touches the other side. And so we have to get these right. And so this is going to be a side, and you can kind of see it here. It's a shaded side. Here's the top. Here's the other side. And so if we kind of zoom in on this first one, if I come around here to the back side and we'll select this face, and all 3 boxes need to be filled out. And so I'll click on this box for the top, roll this over, click on that 3rd box for this side, and I'm going to click green check mark for OK. And you can see how it put a fillet that's perfectly blended into both sides. So let's go ahead and we'll do that to the other side. Or I'm sorry, the other rib. And click OK. And now those are filleted perfectly. Where those work really, really well is you can see that rib has the draft on it. And so it's tapered. And it would be extremely hard to get that to blend using the regular fillet because of those tapered walls. All right, go ahead and save this part and hand this one in. And then we're going to pick up with the next video for thin features.